What if every customer question could be answered 24 hours a day without hiring additional staff? Hi guys, I'm Matt Barge. I'm a forward deployed AI engineer for Superbuilders. I'm going to be walking you through Sunny. Sunny's an SMS agent we built for Alpha Summer. Alpha Summer is this really amazing AI-powered summer school that kids can take in weekly portions during the summer. Now, as you can imagine for this program, parents are going to have so many questions. They're going to want to know, when is it? How long is it? Where is it? How much does it cost? And so there's an incredible variety of questions they can ask, and yet there's so much redundancy. A lot of the parents are going to have really similar questions. And also, Alpha Summer, they already know the answer to all these questions, right? Which is like, well, if you want to do Austin, there's this week and this week and this week, and here's how much it costs. And you can break it out in these parts. If you want to do Atlanta, here's that answer. And so instead of Alpha Summer having to answer all these questions on their own, finding salespeople, hiring them, onboarding them, we built an AI agent that answers those questions for them. This is something working on Alpha Summer's behalf to answer the great deal of questions that come in from customers and parents. So if you're a parent and you're looking at Alpha Summer, you're going to go to the landing page. So here we are on the Alpha Summer landing page. You got schedule a call, register. It's got an informational video. It's got all kinds of pricing information, when, where. And what's crazy is the parents are still going to have a lot of questions. The customers, this will not be enough to answer all the questions that they have. And that's where Sunny comes in. Sunny is a dynamic customer conversation agent that we built that's able to answer so many of the questions on Alpha Summer's behalf. I'm going to register here and I'm going to put in my phone number and I agree to text Sunny. And now it's going to enable me to have a one-on-one conversation with Sunny. All right, we got a text back from Sunny. Hi, it's Sunny from Alpha Summer. Text me back here with what you're weighing and I'll help you sort through it. So let's say we have some pricing questions. We want to know more about pricing. We're interested in 1 week or multiple weeks. Okay, so the customer is able to text Sunny one-on-one. They can send all kinds of questions. So we're starting with an introductory question just about pricing, and Sunny's going to take that question and send back a dynamic response filled with lots of information. Okay, so we got an answer here from Sunny. Pricing depends on the location. Per week, it runs from $1,500 up to $4,500 at the Hamptons. So it's already broken out. It drops to $4,000 a week when you book 2+ weeks. So it's talking about discounting as well. Then Sunny says, which location are you looking at? Sunny isn't just answering questions, it's also asking questions. It's keeping the customers engaged and helping to advance the conversation to advance the sale. This is a high ticket program. So we're going to say we're interested in Austin, Texas, and are looking at 1 week or 6 weeks. So this really lets Alpha Summer engage with their customers in a dynamic, deep way. We've already got an answer. Austin is $2,000 per week. So 1 week is $2,000 and 6 weeks would be $12,000 before any discounts. But checkout will show any multi-week or sibling discounts you're eligible for. Another nuance is that Sunny is answering what the discount is like, but how it's applied to the program. And Sunny already knows that this way you can keep it dynamic, which is you can implement discounts at the time and have it live for customers. Sunny isn't hard-coded or kind of a pre-packaged response. Now, Sunny's responding with a lot of nuance here, right? Which is discounts depend and they'll be applied at checkout. Also, you notice Sunny asks another question, which weeks were you eyeing for the 6-week option? Austin runs June 8th through July 24th. So 6 weeks would mean picking one to skip. That's an amazing answer. Gave full information about the thing that the customer is asking and gave an additional question back to the customer and even point out the nuances around that question that they asked. Now you've seen Sunny in action. Now I want to give you a quick look underneath the hood so you can understand how Sunny works. Now, when a customer sends an SMS, that's going to be received by sales message. That's kind of our text message receiver and sender. Sales message then sends to a webhook, which then sends to our app. So that's Sunny. Once Sunny receives the message, Sunny has an orchestrator, which is the first thing it's going to do is save that message to the database. That way the message is there. It's there for safekeeping. Then Sunny does what's called RAG. It's retrieval augmented generation. And that's where Sunny takes that customer question and kind of deconstructs it and then looks for matches in the entire knowledge base. Knowledge base is like all the information about this program, about Alpha Summer, which is like, when is it? How much is it? How does it work? There's a lot of information about that. And Sunny looks through that whole set of information, extracts the meaningful information, and then we send that response back to sales sales message, which then sends that final text message back to the customer. That way we're tracking the messages, we're looking through our knowledge base, we're extracting just the information we need, and we're sending really amazing, thoughtful replies back to the customer. And so as you can imagine, there's so many questions and ways and use cases Sunny's going to help advance Alpha Summer's initiatives. It's been great walking you through this agent. I'm Matt Barge, forward deployed AI engineer for Superbuilders. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.